So another week has passed since I last made my confirmed transfer episode, and once again, more transfers have happened this week. Quite a few actually. Now it's a special episode. I'm going to feature quite a few. I think I'm going to feature an extra player in today's episode. We're going to take a look at maybe some retirements as well, confirmed stuff, confirmed people leaving the game that happened this week. I usually do like retirement episodes separately, but I thought I'd integrate them both into one today just because, you know, it makes it a bit more interesting for you lot basically. If you want to see a confirmed episode again next Sunday, of course, with more transfers happening every single week, drop a like and a thumbs up down below. It's always greatly appreciated. I always ask for likes and stuff like that, and you know, I probably act like I don't really care about, or I don't really care when you guys do drop it, but I do genuinely really love it when you do, so thank you all for that. Now a lot of people ask me where I get my transfer rumors from. Well, actually I get a lot of them from OneFootball, which obviously is a football app. You guys can check it out at the top of the description down below. You can download it for free of charge. I'm not going to go on too much about it, but if you can go on it, of course, go over to the transfer section. That's where I get a lot of my stuff. As you guys can see, 9 going to United is a bit of a favourite one in a minute. Check it out in the description down below. I use a lot of stuff on the app in this episode as well, so you can check it out as we go along. But anyway, it's time to get into the first player then. It's actually a pretty interesting one. I want to talk about this one a little bit because this guy's ex-Premier League. Now, it's actually Jermaine Beckford, okay? Now, Jermaine Beckford, as you guys are aware, was at Leeds. He did really well at Leeds. He got a move to Everton in the Premier League. Didn't quite go to plan for him. Since then, he's been in a couple of clubs, and now he's gone to Bury, okay, for a 2-year deal. He's just moved on once again. Now, the League One side have snapped him up since his release from Preston, okay? So he got released from Preston. It's not a confirmed, like, transfer fee or anything. His contract was up at Preston. Bury signed him on a 2-year deal. Now, he's actually played for Leicester as well, of course, who are the, you know, ex-Premier League holders or whatever. He wasn't in that team, of course, but he has been at a few big clubs. So he actually only scored once in 18 appearances for Preston in the last season, okay? That's not good for a striker. Makes sense why he would not get offered another contract at Preston, to be fair, but Bury want to take their chances. They want to have a little gamble on him. Fair play, do it. Now, next up is someone I actually featured, like, literally a few weeks ago, okay? I called this out a couple of months ago, saying that this will happen like a rumour episode, and now today it's confirmed, or this week it's confirmed. Kolasinac to Arsenal, ladies and gents. Absolutely confirmed. Now, as you guys can see on the left, okay, obviously Arsenal agreed deal to sign him from Schalke. His contract ends this season. They're going to sign him. And on the right, you can see his stuff from OneFootball, which is this season's stats. Pretty interesting stuff, like I say. He wins over 50% of his duels, 75% of his tackles are won. He's got pretty good passing accuracy as well. Pretty good stats in the Bundesliga this year. He's played 25 of, obviously, Schalke's 33 matches, potential 33 matches this season, which is obviously pretty good. These stats are on OneFootball, by the way, which is in the description. And yes, what does this mean for players like Kieran Gibbs or Monreal or Arsenal? Like, what does that actually mean, this transfer? Does that mean one of them going to move on? I mean, surely one of them has to. A lot of clubs were looking at him this year, and a lot of clubs wanted to sign him, but Arsenal are the lucky ones to snap him up early. Like I say, no transfer fee on this one. His contract was ending at Schalke. They got in there early. It's a pre-deal. It's pretty decent. Now, this is Arsenal's first official transfer, I believe, of the transfer window coming up in July, of course, so it's a pretty big, important one. Like I say, this means a lot for the players at Arsenal already, because this means the left-back's got to leave. It means, like, Kieran Gibbs or Monreal, one of them's going to go, Arsenal fans. Which one do you think it's going to be? Put it in the comment section down below. Let me know. Now, next up is another one I want to feature that actually happened a little while ago. It was confirmed a little while ago, but I've never talked about it, and I think it's interesting because this guy was, you know, he's pretty well known. Pablo Hernandez obviously signed a permanent deal with Leeds. He was on there on loan last season. Now the deal has been made permanent. So yeah, he was at a Middle Eastern club, I believe, and like I say, he was there. He was owned by them. He went to Leeds on loan for like 6 months, I believe, or maybe a year, and now officially Leeds have got him on a permanent basis. Pretty good business. So if you guys are unaware, Pablo Hernandez, he's got a fantastic background. He's been at lots of different clubs. He's done well for the international team as well. Actually saying that, international team, he only actually played 4 times and 1 goal, so I'm actually pretty wrong there. But he was at Valencia, you know, when Valencia had a fantastic team. I remember that very well, and the Swansea as well. So he was in the Premier League for a little while. But this guy's a pretty well-known footballer, and now he's at Leeds on a permanent basis. So Leeds fans and obviously Championship fans, you get to see him once again play this year. I actually really like him. I think he's a really good player, and I think it's a good transfer as well. Another player playing in obviously England and stuff. It's interesting stuff. It is interesting transfers. But for the next player is another good transfer. But this is a really good one, okay? This is what you've been waiting for, this sort of news, okay? Christian Atsu now on a permanent basis at Newcastle. They're on loan last season. Chelsea have agreed to sell him. He's going to be at Newcastle once again in the Premier League next year. Now on the right is, of course, his OneFootball stats, of course. 5 goals, 3 assists this season. 32 games out of 46. He's done pretty well. He's played a lot of games for Newcastle this year. Now Newcastle actually agreed a £6 million fee with Chelsea to sign Christian Atsu, which is not big money these days in modern day football. It's not massive money. But of course, that is a sign of Newcastle already strengthening their team, or, you know, keeping the strength in their team, if you like, ready for the Premier League next year. The OneFootball stats on the right are pretty interesting. Once again, guys, to the top of the description, if you do want to download it on iOS or whatever, free of charge, pretty decent. Been at a couple of clubs, Christian Atsu. Has not quite found his feet yet, so it's good to see that he has found his feet at Newcastle, and hopefully he can do well in the Premier League next year, because that's a big one. one. Another Premier League signing, another player in the Premier League. I mean, of course, he could have gone back to Chelsea, and we might have seen him at Chelsea, but it's not going to happen now. We're going to see him at Newcastle. Now, last but not least, we're going to feature a couple of players now that have actually retired. Okay, Michaelis being one of them. We're no longer going to see this guy in Ultimate Team. This is confirmed news, okay? This guy is retired from football forever, or playing football. You know, he's not necessarily retired from football, but actually physically playing the game. So Michaelis has retired from professional football at the age of 36. He's had good innings. You know, he's played at Manchester City, he's won the Premier League, he's played in Spain, he's played for Argentina. He's had a really, really good career. He's been playing football for 17 years, which is pretty damn awesome. Like I say, he won the Premier League, which most players can't say they've done. So, you know, it doesn't really matter to him what else happens. He's won the Premier League. I mean, that's one of the biggest achievements you can ever have in football. It's like for the next player, okay, Dirk Kuyt is another one confirmed retired this year, okay? Retired a couple of weeks ago. Obviously, he won the league for Feyenoord, which was a big achievement. He loved that, and he's ended his career on such a high. It's amazing. The 36-year-old actually scored a hat-trick on the final day of the season to help Rotterdam outfit win their first league title in 18 years. That is a story. I mean, that's a great ending to any story, isn't it? It's a great ending. Now, Dirk Kuyt, he's ended his career at the absolute highest level. I mean, he's done what he wanted to do. Probably, I don't really know. Maybe he's wanted to win the league with Feyenoord for like years, and now he's ended it. And that's why he's ended his career, because it's on such a high. You know, you've got to go out on a high, haven't you? That's important. But anyway, guys, these are all the transfers, 4 confirmed, of course, moves, and then we've got, of course, 2 retirements as well. Spiced up a little bit this episode. Hopefully you have enjoyed it. If you have, drop a like and a thumbs up down below. Don't forget to download OneFootball in the description. Of course, it's a very, very good app, free of charge. I'm out, guys. Take it easy, as always. Peace.